Welcome back to Earthbound. Last time we had to go back to Onet because we needed some meteorite. And we had to have that meteorite because there was a rare element in it that didn't exist anywhere on this planet. But Dr. Andonitz needed that element to make the phase distorter work. So we went back there, we beat up a bunch of ghosts, and now we're here with it.
I also picked up some stuff for the end here because we're gonna need them.
It got our inventory cleared out, so it's doing good.
There's a lot of bottle rockets in there.
So it's doing good. Leveled everybody up just a little bit.
I think Ness is good, and Paul and Jeff are pretty good, and Pooh could use a couple, but we'll be getting levels here in a second.
Yeah, you want to be probably around level 70. Ness doesn't count because... Ness?
Yeah, now talk to him.
Yeah, go ahead. I am. Heck yeah. Oh, this feels funny.
I don't feel good, Miss Dr. Andonitz.
Hey, this place looks kind of familiar.
Oh no. YouTube's demonetization is coming for us!
It's kind of a weird place for you to be hanging out.
Hey, it's Master Roshi, or whatever this guy's supposed to be.
Heals you up
Heals
just in
you for
case,
no
I guess.
reason. By the way, here's the spirit bomb. Bye!
Yeah, Starstorm Omega. Pooh does not gain this by leveling. Both Starstorms he gains only through events and speaking to the Starstorm Master. The Star Master, if you will. I like that the description of shaking off the stars. Like, to get him out, he has to, like, physically just shake the sky to make stars fall down. Which sounds terrifying.
Oh, I just imagine it's like how a warrior does it when they do shake-offs. They just go like, "Bah," and the stars go like, alright, alright, alright.
Oh crap, he's doing it.
Putting up a barrier for everyone based on his HP, even though he doesn't have the greatest HP no more.
But, Pooh's been kind of lacking a little bit. Yeah, I mean, he had Starstorm Alpha, but like everybody else had
still pretty good.
Yeah, which is still pretty good, but everybody else had like a real oh crap button. And Starstorm Omega, now he can dish out some damage.
It's not Pooh's oh crap button, it's Pooh's oh poo button.
To the past.
Gotta get back to the past.
So they mentioned that the first one had been stolen. Oh, that's nice. So they mentioned that the first one had been stolen.
But it was empty.
So they stole it and came here, and then went to the past.
I just don't get this little thing here. Just like, I don't think anybody could explain it. They probably could, but I'd still be like, no, your explanation is wrong and you should feel bad for it.
I think we'll see something akin to it shortly. But, like, at face value, I don't know what it is.
Well, I know this is supposed to be called the cliff that time forgot, but I guess it's also called the cliff the developers forgot. A third one.
How'd you make another one so fast? Oh.
Oh god, we do this whole thing with PSI powers and now we're doing time travel?
Sure are!
Ness, you can get over it. No, I could get PSI, but time travel? I don't think Master Ness is going to get over this. And then Paul just kicks him in the balls and they drag him off.
What is this place called, though?
I think it's like I said, the cliff that time forgot.
Yeah, it's something like that.
What's so hard for you to tell us? It's not like you're gonna have to take out our minds and put them into robot bodies. That would be stupid and weird.
And really complicated.
Yes.
Well, at least this Mr. Saturn has been rescued effectively.
So do I go into the third one, or do I go back to the second one?
I'd go talk to... Well, you could try to get in it,
I-
maybe, but I think you just talk to... Yeah,
Oh,
because...
okay. I guess you have to talk to everyone, and then he just goes like, well, I have to confront my son again. I'm out of here.
Cool, let's go. That complicates matters.
Then how do you explain Kyle Reese? Checkmate, scientist. See, I think this is kind of like the idea of how the Starmen work.
I could
That
believe
their
that.
bodies are like
Oh, funnily
complete
enough.
robotics, but their spirits are inhabiting them.
Funnily enough, this is something I mentioned before, but I'm going to really quickly address that there's no death in this game. There's no killing in this game. Even the random enemies and fights that you get into, nothing dies. It's always either it's tamed or it returns to normal. Machines will be scrapped,
Yeah.
but that's it. You'll get some enemies that, when it gets a little complicated, like the mooks,
That'll
where
say-
like they can't turn back to normal. They're like Giygas's fluky straight up, but you can't like smear them. But so you'll get stuff like that that just says they're defeated. Maybe you knocked them out or something, and then they're just like, ah, crap, I'm getting out of here. But the Starmen, they're not robots, because when you beat them, they're not scrapped.
Yeah.
When you beat them, they're defeated. So what is a Starman? Who
a
knows?
miserable pile of secrets. But enough talk. Have at you. Ow! You knocked me out of my perfect form.
So just funny note on the Starmen there.
And that was my peak, too. Yeah, sure, why not? It's the most lackadaisy way to go. You're the chosen one. You're the only one who can save us. Will you take up this duty? Yeah, whatever.
Sure, whatever.
I'm not doing anything. I think my Sunday's open.
Yeah, I'm free there. I'm open the rest of the day.
I'm like, what am I gonna do? Jack off in my room the whole day? Like,
Now,
I got nothing
again-
else. Your last chance effort
Yeah.
thing.
Well, again, he's not only that, but he's pointing out we may not be able to return to our current form. We turn into robots. This is gonna be it. Okay, so the place is a little different. We're a little different. Kept all our crap.
You know, the only good thing I have to say is that Ness isn't homesick now. It's like, how would you get rid of it at this point?
Oh, go back and go up. I mean, don't get into a fight.
Nope. Back to tack. Horribly back to
Yeah.
tack.
Or, you know, get into a fight with, at least these aren't the worst things you could get into a
I
fight with.
tried to turn around, but the thing was like, nah, you're not getting that.
Well, it just means you weren't fast enough.
I just weren't
So this
fast
is
enough.
the ultimate Octobot. and the nuclear reactor robot. I'm looking. So the ultimate Octobot has 792 HP. Let's see here. He is weak to fire. He will shoot a beam. He will paralyze you. He will.
Oh, so that's what he's been trying to do.
And he will steal an item.
He's been trying to paralyze a couple of the characters the whole time. I was like, what is he doing?
And this is the nuclear reactor robot.
Which you should be very obvious, like, oh, this is the thing that, like, explodes when you kill it, because it did.
Nuclear reactor robot has 798 HP. Weak to freeze. He will cast Life Up Gamma, hit you, and that's it.
Oh,
he has a 3 in 4 chance of casting Life Up Gamma.
The Life Up Gamma is the replenished fuel supply thing.
It's effectively, it's an unnamed, or it's a non-PSI Life Up Gamma. So he costs it with no PP charge.
He costs it with no PP charge.
So something kind of... So this is, once again, going back on what I mentioned before.
Set up this way, right?
Yeah, mostly because I just wanted to point it out. This thing is still here. Like, it's the same layout as before. You can see the little thing.
Over there.
You can see the thing up top. You can see that weird silver thing, which I'm sure is there just to stand out and be a landmark. Weird as it may be.
Oh wait, I can just do this, can't I?
Yeah, repair.
Jeff cannot make things for Jeff is robot.
But going back on what I mentioned before about, like, the adventure of a youth. The adventure you would want to go on as a child and all the silly things you could come up with. And this is actually twofold because we're gearing up to finale. But that's A, time travel. This is like around the time friggin' Back to the Future was a big deal. Time travel was a big deal. Time travel, cool. Another thing you want to do on your adventure. Also, the only cooler thing than robots? Becoming a robot. Like, it's all part of that. This is that cool adventure you'd want to go on as a kid. But at the same time, and you can see even that they treated this with an amount of respect before you went in here. It wasn't just a, yeah, we're gonna be robots and it's gonna be cool. Because this was actually serious. We may never be able to return to our physical bodies. We may never be able to return to the present. Like, we may end up being stranded here in these weird alien robotic bodies. We've left everything we know behind, even our flesh. Like, this is a serious deal, really. This isn't something just to be pooing around with. It's a lot of these guys. So the enemies out here are actually some of the weakest enemies that are in this area. Ooh.
Wild and woolly shambler.
Yeah, some of the weakest enemies that are in this area right now. But this is still a long trek, and there's no resting point between here and the end. So, every fight is rough. And probably a good idea would be to, obviously, avoid as many fights as possible. But because you can heal right back at the phase distorter, it's also a really good place to grind. And I feel like the kind of intention was that you just keep pushing ahead until you can't make it. And then you backtrack back, heal up, and then push ahead again. And you'll just keep doing that, and each time you'll push a little further, until eventually you make it to the end. So the Wild and Woolly Shambler has 722 HP. He is weak to freeze. He can fire a beam, he can cast Shield Beta and Flash Beta.
He's weak to freeze?
Yeah.
Well, it's not fire.
Small weakness, not a big weakness.
What?
The Ghost of Starman returns! So recall, Ghost of Starman's first move will always be Starstorm Alpha.
Yeah, I might just want to start with a heal. I just don't know if he'll be faster than that.
I mean, you can always just kind of wail on him anyway, knock him out, and then heal after the fact. Well, it'll probably kill somebody is the problem.
Well, yeah, that's the problem, is if he launches it, it'll definitely kill Paula. And chances are good it's going to be enough to hit.
Yeah, so the funny thing about the Ghost of...
yeah, see, there it goes.
So the funny thing about Ghost of Starman is I'm pretty sure he has a strict sequence of actions. Turn 1, he will always do Starstorm Alpha. Turn 2, he will always flash a menacing smile. Turn 3, he will start counting down, and he'll go 3, and then the next turn 2, then the next turn 1, and then the next turn, he'll cast Starstorm Omega. So it is at least worth noting. That was just shield, right?
PSI shield.
It was PSI shield?
I mean, there's no point using PSI since the Starman's gone. I was more worried it was the reflecting physical shield. I didn't like.
You know, I just looked it up, and shield... It is PSI shield is the only thing he can cast, so, like, whatever. It's PSI shield beta, which I think is the one that reflects PSI. So drink deep of Ness's massive PP pool at this point.
First of all, never phrase it like that again. Second of all, I'm pretty sure that's the reason why he gets such the huge boost at this late of the game.
Like because you're gonna need it.
Yeah. Yeah, Jeff didn't get topped off, but I think it's because he got hit enough to where he didn't need to. I think there's a second one in that.
Man, if level ups full healed you, you'd like never need to heal again.
I think that's why they don't do that. Did he get 11 on that one?
I wasn't paying attention.
I think I clicked by too fast, and yeah, he got like 11 on that one.
Oh man. Too bad there's nothing left for him to fix.
No, I meant HP.
Oh.
Not IQ. Because I was like, I think I clicked by too fast, and it said 11. I think a good thing about playing Dragon Quest before this was the fact that apparently Alina just transplanted her critical hit soul into Paula. Okay.
I mean, sure, guy, if you want to be that way.
I'll take it.
Okay, so it's getting to be kind of a fight. Hey! Yeah!
I win! Also, I forgot to make the joke about the whole, like, how our souls have been taken from our body and put into robots, and we may never get back to it, but I was gonna go like, but Ness still gets to keep his hat.
And you saw Dr. Andonuts even mentioned, like, hey Ness, give me that hat. Because you don't need this ATM card.
It's 80... This does 40, I think.
What are you trying to do?
Chubby going to eat some pudding. So I'm going to get this and get a legendary bat.
Yes! There is a single present in this entire area, and in it is the legendary bat.
It took us to the number that every bit is based off of.
Yeah, that we all know is maximum.
I do like the fact that it's like ever since you mentioned something that 0 counts as a number and the whole thing's like, oh, so that's why it's 256, but it's always 255.
Yeah.
Because 0 counts as 1.
Let's see here. So there are technically, kind of, sort of, 2 weapons better than the Legendary Bat. The Legendary Bat has an offense of 110. The Casey Bat, which we found before, has an offense of 125, but it also misses 3/4 of the time. There is one other weapon that's technically better than the Legendary Bat, and that's the Gutsy Bat. The Gutsy Bat only has an offense of 100 instead of the Legendary Bat's 110. But
I didn't mean to touch it.
Yeah, but it increases your guts by 127. So much guts.
No, I was just thinking, it's like, my line after that is like, oh, I didn't mean to touch it, Your Honor.
Yeah. And with a guts of plus 127, you're just gonna be critting everything. So, like, even though it has lower offense, like, you're gonna be critting so much it doesn't even matter. So the final Starman! The last barrier, the strongest of Gygas's troops.
I'm gonna let you get this out before I let this play out here, because this is probably gonna be astronomically horrific here.
Yeah, hold up, let me get up here. I was not actually ready for it. So, the final Starman has 840 HP, 860 PP, offense of 178, defense of 187, speed of 47, guts of 25. He is neutral to pretty much everything, strong against most status effects. On his turn, he can cast Shield Beta, Brain Shock Omega, Starstorm Alpha, Healing Omega, which will revive someone.
Fully revive someone, and Starstorm Omega. Okay, here...
He doesn't do the countdown like Ghost of Starman does either.
Yeah, no. With Final Starman, he's just like, I can do it.
He'll just murder you.
Okay, my question here is, before I hit this button to confirm, does he have a PSI shield from start?
Yes, actually, he does. Beta, so it reflects PSI.
Okay, good thing you just mentioned that, because I was just
Wow, I did not I just missed that one. Man, I'm glad you asked.
Because I was like, I'm gonna throw powerful PSI at him. Wait a minute, it's a Starman. Does he do shield thing?
He sure does.
Let's just hope we survive until Jeff's turn.
Now, at 860, or 840 HP...
Or Paula can just Alina the motherfucker again.
Yeah, at 840 HP, that's not a ton. A good Ness could crit for that, and one-shot him.
Yeah. I mean, Paula crit for that and
yeah.
3-shot him.
So, the problem is when Final Starman gets into a battle alongside someone else, or he manages to get something off.
The butterfly
Speaking of getting into a fight with something else...
Oh no! Come on, with the robot? Okay, you're definitely seeing a multi-bottle rocket go off in this one. I'm waiting for them to kill the final Starman, and the bottle rocket just kills the...
Oh, I was waiting for that to crit.
Oh.
Power Shield? That's right, he starts with a PSI shield, but he can cast a regular shield. That 744 was not nearly as much as I was expecting, but I'm glad he died.
Well, doesn't the multi-bottle rocket, like, do multiple hits, or is it just, like, one big hit?
Oh, I don't know. I think it may be multiple hits. So he died to just the first one.
So, Shield Beta, is that the Reflect one, or is that just
that's the Reflect one.
Okay, then.
Shield Beta is not the group Reflect, though.
Actually,
so the robot should be fine.
It's just... No, it's the robot. All I can do is this, and just hit the neutralizer and be fine. Like, the worst it does is, like, 80-some damage to us with a laser.
Like you said, it was Beta.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, like, just regular Shield Beta is single ally, which he cast on himself.
No, he cast it on the robot.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, that's why I'm using the neutralizer.
I thought he put it on himself.
No. If he put him on himself, I'm pretty sure the bottle rocket would have come back at Jeff, and that would just been the end of this whole game.
See, I don't know if that... does that count as physical? I mean, like, technically it's physical. You're getting punched in the face by a rocket. We may never know. Unless you Google it. But, like, man, who has time for that?
apparently not the Earthbound fandom.
Yeah,
And-
let me tell you, like, for as massive as and like rabid as the Earthbound fandom is, it's still like the mechanics of the game, the deep down mechanics of the game are still kind of a Wild West because everybody has done a horrible job of documenting crap. Like, I know the player's guide was bad about that, but like the friggin' internet is too.
Consuming butterfly. Bum, bum, bum. Robot nest, please stop eating PSI butterflies. I will not stop this until fan art is done of it.
Alright, so we're still going up.
I just,
Oh, you know, I
heard it before, but I love the little clanking of their feet,
yeah.
the robot feet.
Oh, so I think we may have just made it. I don't know if there's any enemies in the final leg.
Nope, several of them.
Oh, nope, there are. There they are. Hi, how you doing?
You're gonna make my life worse. Actually, what level is Pooh right now? 70.
Oh man, can we make it? We made it! That's the end!
Yay!
So, for the record, there is actually one enemy we did not see.
Yeah,
Probably for the best.
That's the present box over there.
Wow, this place is laid out weird. That's fine. But the one enemy we did not see was the Bionic Kraken.
That is the thing that drops the Gutsy bat.
Yes.
Because that...
1 in 128 chance of dropping the Gutsy bat. So if you feel like farming, endgame, in the final area, for that Gutsy bat, more power to you.
And I also want to point out that this is... Ness already has, I think, like, the highest guts of the group here, so...
But that's still guts plus, like, 125 or whatever.
Well, I know that.
Like, it'll be effectively constant crits. But, since we didn't get the chance to actually fight him, the Bionic Kraken has 900 HP, 60 PP, offense of 155, defense of 195, speed of 42, guts of 1. He's weak to freeze. He will hit you, cast Thunder Beta, Fire Gamma, and he can neutralize all PSI effects.
Sounds like a right son of a bitch, if you ask me.
Yeah, kind of nasty, but we've got enough crap to protect us. Well, no, actually. Thunder and fire are kind of a pain in the butt.
Wait, doesn't the Earth Pendant protect from fire and thunder?
I think it
well,
does.
Fire, but not thunder.
Yeah, I think it does reduce damage from it. Thunder would still be a right pain in the butt, though we do have the Franklin badge if we're lucky enough for him to hit Paula with it. And 900 HP isn't the worst in the world, so he's bad, but he's not, like, the end of the world bad. Not as bad as, like, the friggin' final Starman, who can just, I don't know, Starstorm Omega,
yeah,
healing Omega.
And just ruin your life.
Yeah. So that's that, though. We're gonna say, until next time, everyone, we've traveled to the past to find Gygus, because this is where he's mounting his assault from. And within that cave is our long-awaited foe. Until next time, everyone.